Hello there, today I have mini Lego Transformers animated Grimlock. And here he is as his dinosaur in his dinosaur mode. And I think I got most of the major details accurate. His dinosaur legs are a little bit stubby. But honestly, I don't think it takes away from the overall look. He has blue eyes like in the cartoon instead of red like G1. And basically I'm making that comparison because this is basically just a G1 design, just a tiny bit different. And the tail is obviously his magma sword in robot mode. And this is the underside of the dinosaur mode. If you want to know what this looks like. And you probably basically already know how this transforms since it's almost an exact replica of the G1 toy and animated toy. Articulation, his legs are on ball joints, but it's a little bit stiff, so it's going to come off. His tail can move up and down, but it looks weird. I guess there's a side swivel like this. They can go up like that, but that looks kind of weird. And his head can look down that far, up that far, tilt all the way 360, and it can slide left to right if you want to do that for some reason. And his jaw opens up to 90 degrees, and that just looks like he's screaming in pain. I just don't like how it looks when I open up the jaw. It just looks kind of weird to me, so I always keep it shut like this. And I guess the toes articulate, and there's also the knee joint. Yeah, that's all the articulation in this dinosaur mode. I think it's pretty decently articulated. It's got most of the places it needs. And let's go to size comparisons. Oh, and also, I almost forgot. His arms do a full swivel. I'm not going to do that because it likes to break. And an inward joint a little bit past an ID, and an outward joint at that elbow. And here he is with the rest of my animated figures, and Lockdown is already dead. Hasbro figures. Headmaster unit, and a mini Soundwave, which the bigger Soundwave, the main Soundwave design is going to be the next build. Here's a wider shot. Grimlock is about 13 studs long and about 8 studs wide. Here he is with a minifigure, and this is definitely out of scale. Alright, so for the transformation, flip that piece all the way back up, and that looks a bit odd. And yeah, he's gonna topple over. And actually, let's just remove the sword. Put that off to the side. Oh, and also another gimmick. For some reason, you just can do this since there's a gap on his back. It doesn't really happen in the show, but you can do this. You can attach that mini Soundwave in there, or the Headmaster unit. And it actually stays in there pretty well, even with no stud connection for some reason. I'm just gonna, yeah, skip over that since it's not really important. It's just an accidental, useless feature. Take it out. And before you flip that back, actually, swivel this entire section all the way back, and you can already tell that's going to become his legs. He's getting pretty tall. Yep, swivel this to the side. That gives enough clearance before you swivel. Push this ball joint piece out and then swivel it all the way up like that. Same thing on the other side. See that pin is in there. Slowly swivel it out all the way around until it's behind this little yellow piece, and then you're going to fully turn it around like this to get enough clearance to swivel that onto his chest, or just swivel his chest, since that literally is his chest. And then move the arms out, swivel this all the way back around so the red is facing you, and then readjust this piece like so. Split the legs, fold this inward, back, and then out. That becomes his heel spur. Back, in, or in, back, and out. And then the dinosaur backpack thingy will fold down like that. This will come up. Like so. And then yeah, swivel this around first. It's on like a switchy joint for a reason. You swivel that around and then you put the arms up. So let me just do that really quick. And then use that neck joint from dinosaur mode to swivel his head all the way around. Put his jaw up, and then put it up like that. It kind of fills out his back. And it might look like he's externally screaming, but I don't know, just pretend that it's not his jaw, I guess. I don't know, that's just how it transforms. And then just reposition the arms. And since these become his fingers in robot mode in the actual design, fold those down and you are done with the transformation. And here is Transformers animated Grimlock in his robot mode, and I think I did a very good job. It may look a lot like G1, and you might just see it as G1 Grimlock since a lot of the elements are the same, but I can personally see it as animated Grimlock and G1 Grimlock. We've got the backpack. It's pretty inaccurate to the show, but I didn't want to do all these hinges and like make it loose and stuff just to have the head fold up properly. And it's mostly the right orientation, so it doesn't really bother me. And yeah, I just think I did a really good job. The fingers are the dinosaur toes. Yeah, he actually has the underbite on his head design. I used a square stud and then this like half rounded tile piece, so make it look like he has an underbite. I think it captured the design pretty well. And yeah, I think that's really the only unique thing about this design, or those two things, the hands and the head. But yeah, as you can see, I'm trying to bring the sword in. You swivel it, I swiveled it down like this when I was transforming it, but you can just keep it down like that and plug it into his hand like so. And it kind of gives the impression that his fingers are actually holding the sword, even though they're really not, but it at least looks like it. And yeah, I guess you could do that with the sword. It has articulation and it can spin as well. Guess it gives him kind of like a fake wrist joint. Oh yeah, this video is getting pretty long. Yeah, he's got a ball joint at the shoulder. He has an elbow joint, but it's pretty fragile. Why am I going back there? He has a full head swivel, can go all the way around. His legs can go out that far, down that far, forward that far. Back pretty far if the backpack isn't hindering it. Yeah, full knee bend if you move the heel spur out of the way. And technically, if you move that this piece down, he has a proper waist joint, which can swivel all the way around due to transformation, but you already saw that, so I'm not going to demonstrate that. Other mini stuff. Here he is with some Hasbro figures. He is about 9.5 studs tall. And here are my Transformers animated figures from shortest to tallest, and I'll see you guys next time with Soundwave.